This is turn 3 in the God Kings, and it represents the years 1450 BCE through 1425 BCE. We go through the opening setup of the turn, and one of the big events is that King Ardatama I succeeds um, Shashtatar to the Mitanni throne, and he's not quite as able as a military leader, so that might affect things a little bit. Then on round 1, the Mitanni face some political problems and they lose control of Ugarit, and that's because the Kassite player used the popular upheaval event against them. So all of the Mitanni control in Ugarit are removed. And then the Kassite player has a similar problem, and he loses all of his control in Sumer because the Mitanni player played the Sumerian Revolt event. So the cards kind of can have this effect politically and on each other in the game. There's a little bit of back and forth. The picture here shows Egypt. The Egyptian player played a major campaign card, which allowed him to make numerous activations of his army. So one of the Egyptian warlords marches into Emer and takes control of the city, and that actually shifts control of that province of Carchemish to the Egyptians. And then Pharaoh Tomosa III marches his army into Megiddo, and he conducts a successful siege, eliminating the Megiddo army there. And you can see that in the picture. And finally, another warlord leads an army into Canaan and reclaims some more of the province. During round 2, the Kassite king Agum III dies, and he's succeeded to the throne by Kadashaman Harba. And you can see him in the picture here. He's not the best Babylonian leader to have at this critical point. He's a 3-1. But he wants to establish his place in history, so he decides to attack the Mitanni province of Mari, and he besieges the city of Mari, and the garrison there falls. Of course, this draws a response from the Mitanni king, Ardatama I, who reacts by moving his army into Mara, where they engage in a major battle. Ardatama's chariots charge, and he declares a fierce charge by using a battle card, which is successful. In the end of the matter, both sides suffer heavy losses, but the Kassites are defeated, and the king of Babylon retreats back in the city of Tatal. Continuing in the turn, I don't have a picture for this, but in Egypt, King Tomosa III drives up through Canaan and into Carchemish, and he besieges the city of Carchemish, and the Mitanni garrison falls. Now we go to round 3, and the Babylonians play the population migration. So this gives them 4 mercenary units to place with King Kadashaman Harba, which is going to help recover some of his losses from last turn in his battle at Mari with the Mitanni. The Mitanni king, Ardatama, marches his army through Carchemish, and he regains control of Emar, and then he attacks Carchemish. And that is where Pharaoh Tomosa III is. So the Pharaoh does give battle. The Mitanni chariots attempt to charge but fail. The Egyptians countercharge, fail. The Mitanni have no battle cards to play. Egypt has nothing to play. However, the Hittites decide to drop 3 battle cards down in favor of the Egyptians. So this allows Tomosa III to win the battle, and Ardatama has to retreat in disgrace because apparently of not having the political skills to bring the Hittites in on his side. The rest of the round is just players playing looting cards, and which causes a few losses here and there of control of territories. Not much happens on round 4, but the Babylonian king does march his army into the province of Mari, and he takes control of Mari and Haina. And then one of the warlords in the Mitanni is activated to quell the looting that was caused in the last round by the Syrians. And basically, the rest of the turn is just damage control. We go into round 5, and the Babylonians use the diplomacy event to take political control of Paddan Aram. And the Mitanni then play a card to reclaim the area. So it's just tit for tat. The big event of round 5 is in Egypt, Pharaoh Thutmose III dies, and he is succeeded by a new pharaoh who is not quite the leader. The standings at the end of turn 3 is the Mitanni have 45 victory points. Egypt now has 31. The Kassite Babylonians have 29, and the Hatti have 21. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned if you'd like to see what happens on turn 4.